about some Battlerite.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm here. I'm paid to talk about video games. I want to talk about video games.
Let me talk about the game. Look, we can go.
Yeah, let's
We're
start.
going.
Let's go.
We're going.
Go to the
Hey.
draft.
But yeah, expect the double Varesh ban again. And then it's really interesting just because both these teams can go wildly different directions depending on what their first pick is. We do see a Jumong ban coming out from Impact, so Surmia has the Varesh available.
I wonder if he'll play it. I wonder if they'll go back to that double support range
Varesh.
comp. Yeah, that we saw early from them in the season. It looked pretty good in week 1 and week 2.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, and the Jumong. But the Jumong's not available. So I guess, yeah, I think Varesh is still okay. I think this trade-off is okay for United. If the Varesh looks as good for them as it did for Impact in the last game, that seems okay with me.
Yeah.
Especially just because it pairs so well with that double support comp, like the damage amp with already support that does so much damage and older. Like, you can just get a lot done.
I agree.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see like a Jumong coming out from Impact. We're gonna lead with the Bako, and the Varesh is picked up.
Yeah, so immediate Varesh here so far. So Varesh and Bako coming up, and there's a lot of different directions. I think EUNITED may be trying to go with that double support comp. It worked to almost perfection. I'm pretty sure they 5-0'd. Pretty sure EUNITED 5-0'd that game they went.
Yeah, I think they were against one of the teams that just sucked though.
Oh, wow.
I'm
toxic.
There were, I mostly say it ironically, but I mean, it's no secret to anybody that there were 2 teams in the group with EUNITED that went like 0-6.
Right.
Didn't win any games.
No, yeah.
We got the Jumong pick for Impact. I was curious whether or not they'd play the Bako with a character that like really likes setup. Maybe something akin to like an Ashka, but Ashka hasn't been picked like at all in this BPL. At least the playoffs, so it doesn't make sense, or it does make sense to not see it. Round 2, heavily going in Impact's favor. Jumong so good against the Pestilus. The EXM1 bounces off Queen. He just farms M1 charges with that Queen. Just very, very good overall. Also, it's really hard to fear him because he has double Black Arrow and Prowl. I'm most curious to see whether or not we see the Older. The Older and Bako, the classic melee plus support pairing. But since there's the ranged, since there's the Varesh on the side of EUNITED, and also the Pestilus who can rain down the AoE fear onto the Older, who only has the 1 movement ability, I wonder if Impact completely forego the Older. I feel like EUNITED's like trying to bait it out too. I feel like they're like, give us Older, play Older into it.
So you think they ban out like a Lucy here to kind of force it?
I think they could ban out Lucy. What others?
Because if they're trying to force Older, then yeah.
I think the Lucy ban makes sense. Clarity is good against Fear. Clarity is really good against the Varesh, just simply because it gets rid of Inhibitor's Guard and also gets rid of Hand of Judgment. And it's Gaddafi. Like, that dude's really good at Lucy. Yeah. He's really, really good at Lucy.
For sure. And I wouldn't even be surprised if Impact's just going for the Lucy pick. I like the idea of Eldor or I like the idea of EUNITED trying to force out the Eldor, but that's probably what they really want to go for here. On the side of EUNITED, I don't know what do they go for here, and how does Impact ban around that? Do they? I don't think
they go Freya.
Freya?
Yeah, maybe we go back to the Freya. They go back to the Freya, and you go back to us. You can see our faces as we're sitting here thinking about the draft. I'm just twirling my pen. I like pen tricks; they're fun.
They're great.
Yeah, they're super fun.
You are always twirling your pen.
I know. It's like,
especially during the cast, like we're standing up and he's just like twirling his pen as he's taking. He's just going like this.
I'm a super antsy person.
Yeah, you are very antsy.
Yeah.
It's all right though. I love it.
That's life.
It's part of your charm.
Thanks. I have charm. Whoa, what is this? I'm excited to go into the Discord later and see all the people mad at me for saying they were a bad team.
Oh well, that's your cross to bear, my guy.
That's fine.
I
love everybody though.
I know you do. Yeah. And I don't think anyone can actually hate you.
Dude, you can totally hate me. There are so many reasons to hate me.
There are probably people out there that do hate you, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So teams just trying to figure out what they want to restrict here. It is difficult trying to figure out which way to go, especially because of the things we talked about. Maybe trying to force Impact into a specific comp they don't want to play, or trying to force EUNITED into something that they were going for. I'm really curious to see what Impact does restriction-wise against EUNITED.
I feel like if they ban out the Lucy on EUNITED and they pick Freya, they just win the draft.
They win?
Yeah, I think they just win the draft if you ban out the Lucy, because the Lucy is...
EUNITED want to know with Freya.
Yeah, and also, like, Lucy is a natural counter to Freya. The Clarity Potion gets rid of all of her shields, and Freya is not a character that has any sustain. Sure. She only has shields. So if you can get rid of those shields with something like a Clarity Potion, it's just like problem solved.
Well, that's why they ban out the Lucy.
Exactly. You ban out the Lucy, and then you pick the Freya, who also has a super strong matchup into the Bako, and it has a...
So you're saying EUNITED would win?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying Impact would win.
No.
Okay, I was confused. I was like, okay, all right, I got it now.
Yeah,
we're good.
I feel like the Freya ban probably needs to come out from the side of Impact
Yeah.
if they want to still like stay in this game and in this draft. Otherwise, I just think like the sequence of events that needs to happen for EUNITED is just too easy. It's so cut and clear what they need to do with this draft.
Yeah, well, I mean, United still only needs to win one more map to move on to the grand finals. It's gonna be a tough road here. It went 9 rounds in game 2. If you missed that, it was hype. And then obviously this next one just going clearly in the favor of Impact. So we have our picks, and if the draft board is going to come back up here, as you can see currently, the second round comes in and they get out Thorn. So maybe expecting the Thorn and then Paloma ban coming out on the side of EUNITED.
Yeah, so maybe I'm just thinking about this from the complete wrong angle. The Paloma is taken out. Maybe we see, I wonder if Impact plays Lucy here, because with no Paloma, they could pick Older, but for the reasons I stated earlier against both the Varesh and the Pestilus, I feel like Older's kind of a scary pick here.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lucy makes sense. Whoa!
Whoa!
Okay.
Hey!
Dude, EUNITED is just pulling out all the stops. They're like, hey, we got some cool stuff. Let's show you.
I love it. They won once with it, and they win twice with it. And I love Croak as a character.
Let's talk about what Croak does with this comp.
Yeah, go
so
for it.
Croak is a character that relies on his team. Croak is just setup. All Croak wants to do is in-cap you. He wants to use his EX stealth, go in-cap you for 5 seconds, and then have his team rain down damage onto you. Pestilus, highest damage M2 on a support in the game. Most the other supports like don't even have like a damage output that he has. They don't have a Bloodsucker that does 30 damage. He is unrivaled in terms of the support role in his damage output, other than like Older, but that's way more over time. That's like a different story.
Right.
And Varesh also very good is if the character has judgment on them and they eat an in-cap from Croak, you're just dead. You're dead because not only do you eat the in-cap and the stun after, but then there's a shatter coming onto you and it's just like all over. Other good things that can happen with this Croak Pestilus comp, the Croak stun into like a fear from the Pestilus. This Croak it does so much for the team, but the big thing with it is going to be, can Croak get in safely? Will Gaddafi do a good enough job with the Clarity Potion to keep Croak out and cleanse off his stealth? Or will the Croak be able to bait out the Clarity Potion, bait out the barrier, and then get in on the back line?
Yeah, it's funny. It's who wins that first engagement between Croak and Lucy, because that was the matchup I was kind of looking at, is like expecting the Lucy pick from Impact. They pick Croak because they're confident in their ability to win that matchup, and it's not a clear-cut favorite one way or another, but like you said, if you can bait out a Clarity Potion, that's when Croak has the advantage. If he can bait out Croak and hit him with the Clarity Potion on the stealth, then Lucy has the advantage. So it doesn't go clearly one way or another.
Yeah, like this EUNITED comp has the potential to just 100 to death people.
Yeah.
Like they can just combo down somebody.
You're a big fan of this comp.
I'm excited for its potential, but I don't know if I'd say I'm a fan of it because I don't know how successful it will be. We haven't seen a lot of Croak, and I think that's for a good reason. I don't think Croak is as reliable as he once was. His movement speed on his self is not very good anymore. It's that fading haste, so it's not just like the reliable plus 40%. It's like you're quick at first, and then you're just slow again. Yeah. So getting in with Croak is much harder than it used to be, and it's just not anything you can count on anymore.
Well, we set our pieces, but finally, the players have entered the arena for map 4. EUNITED trying to close it out. Impact trying to continue up this long mountain that is the reverse sweep. And Mount Araz Day is the map we're on. The audience
This is the mountain they're climbing, Mount Araz Day.
Yeah, Mount Araz Day, and they've reached the summit, but there is one final foe, and that's EUNITED.
Yeah. Is this the summit if there's another game after this? I'm totally like messing with your metaphor here, and I apologize, but I'm just asking.
It doesn't matter. It still works. Because if they beat EUNITED, there's still one more round, but this is the summit. Like, they made it up.
Oh, okay. You're talking about like the playoffs is the summit.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
There you go.
Yeah, I was thinking you were thinking.
You got there.
You were thinking big picture. I was thinking
Right.
match.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We've made it. We're back together.
Yeah.
We now are in sync once again. We'll see if the members of EUNITED are in sync, because they will definitely need to find some combos if they want to take this match. Vague starting off very aggressively.
He wants to get aggressive quickly on the back end. Croak trying to cause some havoc, but Vague prevented any kind of follow-up from the rest of his team. We talked about how Croak is just set up. If you eliminate the follow-up, there is nothing that EUNITED will be able to do. So Vague immediately recognizing that he has to do that.
The orb taken by Impact to start this one off. The in-cap onto the Lucy's not going to find any follow-up as the Varesh is just running a Dizzler. Having a pretty good time. The Lucy Goo, though, dealing so much damage to the Pestilus, and that's an important intricacy of this matchup that we didn't talk about. Pestilus gets ruined by huge AoEs as he only has that one iframe, but doing no better right now is Dizzler. That panic from Gaddafi was huge. Dizzler would have died, but it looked like he's still going to go down. Gaddafi did everything he could, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, not enough for Gaddafi, and EUNITED EUNITED start off strong. It started out with Impact trying to make a huge push forward, trying to cause havoc in the backline. In the end, it did not work. A lot of damage came out on the Pestilence, but Impact not able to get it done. Or maybe they're able to get a kill, but there's just not a lot of health here. EUNITED looking like they're going to take it as Vague goes down, and EUNITED will take round 1.
That pressure early on was insane. Impact was immediately back in their spawn once they approached mid, and they never really had a point in time where they could stabilize as a unit. They were always split in some way, and EUNITED did a great job keeping up the pressure to ensure it stayed that way. Jorby's dying. Someone help Jorby.
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good now.
He gave me the sign to cover, and I was just like, I'm gonna point out that he's dying. That would be fun.
Yeah, well, you know, that would not be fun, because then I would be dead.
If you're actually dying, it wouldn't be fun.
Right. No,
yeah.
But
you're not actually dead.
Yes, I'm here.
You're here.
For round 2. Impact and EUNITED.
Yeah, we're back in this round 2.
So Vague trying to get aggressive again, but this time it is Surmia that wants to put the pressure on.
Down bottom, Gaddafi. He's found himself in a place you don't want to be as a Lucy separated from his team. Dizzler does come back to him, but wow. Ooh. Chasing after Dizzler is Excafu on this Varesh.
Yeah, Excafu gets a lot of damage on the Dizzler, forcing Dizzler back. Fakes in front of him, though. Forces out the R from Varesh.
Yeah, Varesh, he gets his ultimate off, too. It's going to land on Gaddafi just at the end. Just the tip landing on that Lucy, and that's all they needed to find the kill. Gaddafi gets destroyed in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, Surmia is finding a lot of value with this Croak right now, getting those crucial stuns we talked about, and immediately harassing this Lucy. Gaddafi having really no answer for it, and both Vague and Dizzler. I mean, Dizzler got boxed out early, and he wasn't able to have an impact on the fight, and so now going up 2-0. Is EUNITED?
Yeah, EUNITED, and these have been pretty dominant rounds. They look like they're even for the early portions, and then Varesh pops off his ultimate, the Croak follows up, and a character's gone. Excafu and Surmia playing perfectly together, combining their damage output to burst down a character in the blink of an eye. Beautiful play from EUNITED. Beautiful play indeed. So now Impact find themselves down a quick 0-2. Yeah. They got to find a way back into it again. They just have to win this map and go to the next one. They'll get to sit for a little bit, whoever wins this game, into the next map or into the next match. So either of these teams will have a good old rest period, but EUNITED looking strong here. This Croak pick, EUNITED has been the off-meta picks, if you will, and they've worked out for them so far. Yeah, EUNITED being very unpredictable here in the drafting phases, and it's working out for them thus far. Like you mentioned, we'll see if this orb goes to EUNITED or if Impact can snag it. It's going to go to the red team. Surmia looking for an out on Dizzler. Dizzler in a lot of trouble here, just getting boxed out against Excafu and Surmia. Surmia wants to go back in on it. He does get a heal back up. Vague getting the ult off of Croak is mitigated by the shield. Gets the shield up. Gaddafi trying to keep everybody up, doing a good job of it. This next orb is going to be huge for Impact if they can get it. Gaddafi is doing so much. Gaddafi's healing up Vague, keeping him alive. The barrier was on point. He gets panicked out here, though, and that gives a moment to EUNITED to punish down on Vague. Vague going to use his ulti, but it hits nobody. He's got no energy and no HP to work with. An ultimate, though, from an ultimate from Dizzler. Gonna salvage this round as Excafu goes down. Beautiful play from the range player of Impact. So much happening so fast, and that is not gonna find, or the ult from Croak is not gonna find much value. The iframes do negate it, and a lot of pressure onto Pestilence. It will go down, and Impact stabilize. Yeah, Impact, they managed to take this round, and they looked pretty good doing it, other than those couple moments where Vague looked like he was going to get punished. He took quite a lot of damage, but Gaddafi did a great job keeping him up. Yeah, Gaddafi did a absolutely stellar job, and then even after negating all of the damage just by healing alone, then he had a shield on top of it to protect Vague, and allowed Vague to go back in, because Vague could have been in a lot of trouble. But you were geeking out about Gaddafi in earlier games about how he's an absolute god at Battlerite. It was on Oldor, but showing his props here on Lucy. Yeah, I talked about the Lucy players that I thought of when Lucy comes to, when Lucy's mentioned. Gaddafi's one of them for a good reason, and we're seeing why in that last round. Impact and Vague trying to put some early pressure on Excafu. Going forward, looking for the panic, gets the double panic. Okay. Trying to bring it back onto, gets a lot of damage. The in-cap onto Lucy, turning right back onto it. Surmia able to get out. Vague just tracks perfectly the movement of the Croak. Really well done there. The ultimate from Surmia, Dizzler rather, is going to not hit anything. Very unfortunate, and EUNITED secure the first orb.
Escaping Veg, trying to put pressure out. The ult's gonna come in and he switches right onto Excavoo. Excavoo in a lot of trouble. Double rain of arrows also comes through, but he does have the ult powers combined there to do a lot of damage right back to Veg.
You see what happened there? Godolph. He got in-capped by Sremia, and then immediately Sremia went back to punish Veg. No Clarity Potion or Barrier was available because of the CC, and in that moment, they absolutely destroyed Veg.
So EUNITED get the next orb as well, 2-0 in this match. Veg taking a lot of damage, able to bulwark back. Sremia trying to get pressured out, but he actually ends up getting panicked away. Veg trying to get the pressure on. He doesn't have the leap available. The shield is there to protect him from the ult.
Yeah, Excavoo used the Inhibitor's Guard, and Randler used his own shield, and Sremia took almost no damage from that ultimate from Jumong. Luckily, Jumong farms energy very quickly, so he'll be back on a couple bars very shortly. He's already on 2.
EUNITED just keeping Impact out right now. Don't want to give them any kind of footing. Sremia.
Dizzler tracking the movement of Sremia really well, hitting him invis with that M1. Excavoo not getting his counter procced either, but they have to be very careful on the side of Impact. Excavoo's got that full bar.
Oh, they got the impact on it. In cap onto Dizzler. The Lucigu gonna come out trying to push them back. Now coming back and around is the powers combined from Excavoo. They're taking a lot of damage here. He's gonna go down. Sremia in trouble as well. He is gonna try to Venom. Nope, not gonna have it.
Yeah, not hitting that one. Fancy footwork by Veg, gonna dodge it. The stun coming out onto Godolph with the Clarity Potions immediately there. Godolph won't take as much damage from sudden death as he needed to, and up top, eating the Dragon Slayer's Randler down to 61 HP, and Impact, they look like they figured it out a little bit.
Impact seems to have stabilized, figured out this Croak composition, and tied it up 2-2.
Yeah, Dizzler playing really well that last round, doing a lot of damage with his Rain of Arrows, not hitting the counters of the Varesh, which is really what you need to do. Excavoo and Varesh really rely on having their his counter procced in order to do a lot of damage and get in there safely. Otherwise, if you just like walk up and walk in or use your R to go in, you're in a very, very scary situation where you're at risk of just being popped. So you need to use your counter to go in if you want to go in, and when your counter's not procced, you have to play this weird kind of passive Varesh, which you don't want to really do when there's a Croak on your side.
Yeah, we see what's scary if those counters do get hit and Varesh can play aggressively, and right there, it goes in, and Sremia's going all in on Dizzler right now. He finally prowls away, and Sremia wants more. He's trying to get pressure onto him, gets more out. The double rain of arrows, trying to get pressure out, trying to force Impact away, or force EUNITED away, excuse me, but Impact, huge plays, they're gonna get this orb.
Yeah, they're seeding the orb there, but honestly, that went way better for Impact than it should have. The fact that they were able to stabilize, very good for them, and missing his ultimate is Excavoo. That's some sloppy play there. It might cost them moving on into this round. We'll see if Veg can make it out of this bad situation, though. He's got the Bako ult available, and there's no Pestilence space. He's gonna eat that! The big damage ultimate getting ruined is Randler.
Yeah, your Queen is not gonna save you. He does eventually get away, gets the panic, but big damage for Impact. They flip this around.
Yeah, Impact doing great here, but there's a big moment of damage coming out onto Veg as the Hand of Judgment is on him, and the Bloodsucker combines for a huge burst. Veg's getting so low, and the Venom Wind's on him. Don't share that to Godolph. Don't get too close to him. We'll see if they can find the trade. Impact do. They find the kill on Sremia, and Dizzler's posting up, trying to punish this Pestilence, and they get him. Excavoo, all that's left with 16 HP. Not gonna do this time. The R is used. Excavoo, he picks up that ulti, does have the energy. Not gonna happen though.
Such a huge misplay earlier is what turned this around for Impact. Excavoo missing his ult just allowed huge damage onto him, and think the Venom Wind almost stabilized things.
It was so close.
It was so close, but the trade was absolutely huge, getting it onto Sremia, and it flipped it around for Impact. They had the health advantage, they had the energy advantage, and they won.
Yeah, they did it. They came back in a round that looked very difficult for them, and Impact, we talked about it, to quote the wise words of Jurgen, reverse. Impact are looking very good against this pocket pick of the Croak of EUNITED. We'll see if they can keep it up though, Jorby. They need to win 2 more rounds this game.
They have to keep rolling forward, and 1 more map to play if they win this one.
Oh, I'm scared for the Lucy here. She gets panicked out, but luckily not too much comes from it. Actually, Sremia, look at that HP bar, Jorby.
Yeah, he took a ton of damage and forced back in, trying to get some more pressure.
That clarity.
But it's proud out, and Godolph has been popping off all map long.
Yeah, his clarities have been really good, dude. The orb is going to go to Impact too. The end cap up top, forcing out the Queen. Now Randler, he's trying to get to his ally, but he's found himself in a kind of weird situation. That big double fear, though. Huge damage coming out onto Godolph as a result. The roll is forced out, and Sremia is chasing, trying to find something, but he doesn't get that much.
He does get out. He got a little bit. Veg's just pressuring him, and found the end cap. It cannot keep Veg away. Veg is just like, come on, Sremia, box me, let's go.
He just chased him down while invis. He's like, I see you. Impact getting the orb with that Dragon Slayer, and the Croak getting ruined by the goo. Impact looking strong now.
Impact looks super strong and are looking a forced map. number 5 here against EUNITED, who do not have an answer when it looked like a 2 really strong rounds. Croak was able to find Surmia was able to find a lot of havoc in the backline, was able to take out Godov, the impact of Godov early in those first 2 rounds. After that, Godov was like, yeah, you're not having me anymore, and the tracking has been insane.
Dude, yeah.
They are literally reading his mind.
I've seen like 3 rounds where either Dizzler or Vague just followed the Croak and M1'd him.
Yeah.
Like so much damage coming out reliably onto that Croak, even when he's stealthed. And the clarity potions from Godov are just negating any impact that the Croak might have. So beautiful play and great awareness out of Impact, making this Croak's life very difficult.
Good plays by Impact. They need one more.
One more round.
To force map number 5 against this EUNITED squad, who have struggled immensely in this map. It looked very strong for them early, but here comes Impact, looking to continue this reverse sweep.
Counters procced. Good start for the Varesh. A little bit scared here as the judgment is on Dizzler, but he does manage to make it back thanks to the barrier.
He does get the panic on to Godov. Godov taking a ton of damage. Vague up top, doing some damage over to Pestilence.
Okay, a little bit scary here. A decent amount of damage, but the barrier once again is available. Godov's getting pretty low though, Jorby, and this is a great start for EUNITED as they claim the first orb.
Yeah, United do get that first orb. The counter's not going to be hit for Excafu though. They try to go in on it. The ultimate is available. Powers combined. He's going all in on Vague, but the shield is available. Really mitigated any kind of impact that ultimate had.
Oh, this goo is going to... Oh, he hit the
it.
counter. So unfortunate from Godov. The counter procced immediately after the goo is dropped, and as a result, Excafu takes like no damage. This orb is a necessity for Impact, but they won't get it. EUNITED secure another one.
EUNITED, a huge orb. Petrified out is Excafu. Surmia wants this Vague, finally finding onto Surmia, finding a stun, and then pushed away.
Can't hit those counters, Vague.
No. You hit him right in the counter.
Excafu was trapped in a double rain of arrows, and the counter just saved him as a result of the Blood Axe, and now dealing a lot of damage with his ulti. The orb goes to Impact, but Excafu hit all 4 bounces with that.
Yeah, getting the whoop 4 times, if you will, and then getting the in cap. But the Inhibitor's Guard is available to prevent that damage onto Surmia. Surmia squaring up against Vague on the other side. Lucy Groove was dropped. Randler having to back off here. He does pop his ult, give a little bit of an egg. I call them eggs. They're not eggs.
They're bugs.
Yeah, just egg bugs.
Begs.
It's like you implant the eggs into the other people. That's what it is. Yeah.
Panic?
Parasites!
Panic being thrown out onto Dizzler. Excafu getting pretty low here. The Rain of Arrows so good against that Varesh. Very immobile hero if he doesn't want to use that R. Excafu taking a lot of damage, and down bottoms for me, and not trading so well with Vague. Oh, Godov though. Okay.
Godov was in a little bit of trouble. The ult.
This is big.
Through, missing it.
Oh no, Dizzler missing that ulti. That was huge, but there's no counter. The ulti is all that's on board for the Varesh. It might work out here though, but in the sudden death, he won't have anywhere to go. Vague doesn't take nearly as much damage as I thought he would from that Hand of Judgment with Venom Winds. It's looking like Impact are going to be able to take this unless Surmia and Co are able to find this kill, but they simply won't. The Dragon Slayer cleans out Surmia, and Randler is killed off by Vague, and Impact win 5-2.
It is really difficult for EUNITED when you are so reliant on one strategy to work and you don't have much room to work with. You have very immobile champions to be able to try to move through and get things done. The only mobile champion you have is Croak. Both Pestilence and Varesh really struggle to move around the field and kind of follow Croak up, and that's, I think, where EUNITED struggled, is keeping up with Surmia, and then just great tracking on the side of Impact. It really prevented EUNITED from being able to do anything, because if they could see you when you're stealth, there's just no point.
Yeah, if you